What's up, guys? Welcome to Bold Predictions, Bold Flavors, week
12.
week 12.
So, off the bat, I guess the first thing we should talk about is COVID watch, right? Because now there's a game.
Ravens.
Steelers was supposed to be played yesterday evening. It got pushed to Sunday, and now the latest that I'm reading, and I posted it up on the forums there, is that it is Tuesday. So we have another Tuesday, which is cool. More football. I mean, that's always good. It's a good game too. It's just kind of weird that they're deciding to move this one because a bunch of Ravens players had COVID, but they didn't move the San Francisco game when a bunch of them had COVID. You know, it's almost like, is the NFL playing favorites here or what's going on? But
Yeah, it's hard to say, or maybe there's just more to the story that we don't understand, regarding the positive tests. I think whenever there's a Tuesday game, that's like what they're pushing as far back as they can, and there's still a possibility that, they just have to call it, right? I don't know what happens if that's the case.
So their contingency plan was get rid of the Pro Bowl week. So then you have an 18-week season, so that way they can schedule games out there. I don't think they want to do that. They also released a new playoff schedule where the top 8 teams from each conference go in, and it's more of like a tournament bracket kind of thing that doesn't reseed. It doesn't reseed or whatever.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
So that's their playoff contingency plan. If like teams have to skip games and I don't know why they decided that was the way to go, but that was passed like a couple weeks ago at the owners meeting. So they have all these contingency plans. Hopefully the game gets played Tuesday, and then we don't have to worry about it. What that means for our league, I think what we decided, and I'll have to go back and check, is that we open it up for the replacement players for that game so people can make the choice. If they want to take the risk that their guy's going to play Tuesday, then they play their guy, or if they just say, I don't even want to deal with it, I'm just going to replace my guy with this replacement player kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think that I'll have to check, and if I do, I'll open it up tomorrow, which would be Saturday around like 5 o'clock or something like that. People can make that decision.
Gotcha.
So
We got a phone call.
that's the door.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that's that for COVID. Let's talk about the fantasy pick'em pool. So what do we got? We got Carnes in the lead by 5. He's got Thorin, who's like 3 behind him. So he's in like the guy chasing him down. And then he's got Silent and myself and Rick that are about 5, and Rick's 6 games back. That's really about where the cutoff is. I think Ty's 47 he's 8 games back with this much to play, probably not going to get in there. But I think those, Karn just needs to hold on. Otherwise, he's getting chased down by Thorin, Silent, myself, and possibly Rick.
Yeah.
I think most other people might still be picking, but it's just more for the fun of it, I guess, at that point.
Can you see who's picked this week?
You can. If you do detailed results, it will, since the game's played, it says a lot of people pick me to win. That's surprising. I've been picking against myself every game except for this.
Okay.
This
Is
game.
it working out or what?
Yeah, my team
sucks.
But yeah, so you can see here. You only picked 2 people.
Did you read my fantasy preview smack talk?
I did see something about that, like with your pick'ems or something.
I said I'm going 100% this week.
Okay.
I'm only picking 2 teams.
Yourself and Suey. Well,
I only had you, and then Dave was like, "Dude, your smack talk sucked," so I picked Suey as well.
your smack talk is out. But that's the previews, right? Where you gotta put the little sentence in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, Karn, you need to hold on. You got about 3 or 4 people chasing you down. So that's where that stands. Survivor pool. I think there's still 6 teams in that, and I think was it Suey and Dirty are still undefeated. So they're still making that run. Who is it? I think Dave and somebody else only has like 1. So Silent, Rick. Silent and Rick have 1 strike against them, and Karn, and then you got Dave with 2. But this is where, a lot of these teams have picked a lot of these powerhouse playoff teams, which is really what I should have done last week. I had Pittsburgh, and I'm like, I'm going to try to sneak in Minnesota. They're favored over Dallas. Everybody has them just winning outright, and then Dallas beat the Vikings. And then they lose to the Redskins or the football team, whatever they're called now. So,
Dude, I hear you, man. Seriously, good job, anyone who's stuck with it, especially the ones who are like untouched. I mean, that's incredible.
yeah.
I pick a heavy favorite and they just like get whacked or whatever. So
Yeah, that happened to me one week with the Packers. When I decided I'm going to change my strategy and start picking the favorites, I picked the Packers and they lose, and I'm like, well, it's just as good as doing the other thing.
exactly, yeah.
But I should have went with Pittsburgh last week. I still would have been in it, but such is life. You got 6 guys. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the 2 undefeated guys who goes undefeated the longest, between
Yeah, for sure.
30 and Suey. So that's that. 6 teams left. Good luck to everybody doing that. Let's talk matchups. Or do we want to talk standings or matchups?
No, we could go through standings real quick.
Okay, let's go to the standings because this is a kind of a funny one. So our Baja division, Ty's already got it wrapped up. So my bold prediction that he wasn't going to win is failed.
Yep,
He's got it easy.
Look at that, Rash. 5 straight losses.
Yeah, and Ty just dropped like 42 on him through Deshaun Watson yesterday.
So it's looking like 6.
So maybe 6, which will get interesting when we start talking about the toilet bowl, because that puts Rash, if he loses this week, he's back in the toilet bowl running. And we'll look at it so there's really 5 teams when we get that. But the funny thing to look at is, like, if you look at the least amount of points, here, let me see if I can go to it real quick. Let's see, I go here, I think. If you look at the 3 teams with the worst points, you, me, and then Rash. So
wow, okay.
So Ty did do a good job picking his division, I guess. He spent more time on who he was going to pick than actually setting it up, but he picked well.
He did pick well.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then you look at the other teams too. You got Miss and Stretch, who are the other 2 teams that are in contention for the toilet bowl.
Okay, yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, those 5 teams at the bottom, which tracks along with how many points they put up. And then everybody else, I think, is safe from that, and we'll get into that. So it looks like Ty, he's going to be taking Baja.
Yeah.
He's 7-5. There's some teams with better. Is that the best record? No. Here's an 8-3 team. Oh, did I say 7-5? What is he? He's 7-4. Okay. And then, yeah, he's probably not going to have a top seed, or maybe he will, but there looks like the other team's going to get the bye. So let's look at this next division. Suey, which. It looks like it's him and Dave. And are they playing each other this week?
They are, and I think Dave put up a pretty good score with Gibson going on.
Oh, okay.
So
Gibson, but did he play Zeke as well? Because then Zeke may have evened that out.
it kind of does. It's like
Yeah.
20 points a piece.
20 points apiece? Oh.
When you average it out, right?
Okay, that's pretty dang good, though.
not bad, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You got your work cut out for you, Sue, that's for sure.
But Suey's got that weird team that just puts up. I mean, look at his points for. I mean, he's doing really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, the point. Look at my points against. I am leading the league in points against.
You are? Maybe it's not the fun club to be in.
No, just Godzilla. Okay, so that'll be interesting. So Dave and Suey are gonna be battling it out for Dark Tide. I don't think these other 2 teams. These are the 2 toilet bowl teams. You got Miss and Stretch, right?
Yeah, and I think they're playing each other this week.
Correct.
So if Miss beats Stretch, they're both stuck there at 4 wins. It could be like a 4-win.
No, the other way around. If Miss beats Stretch, Miss jumps up to 5, and he's probably safe.
Yeah.
Whereas, not completely. If you beat me, then you have all these 4, and so...
You got like a tiebreakers and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Your problem is your points. Your points are so low.
Oh,
that
I'm
you're probably
done.
not going to catch.
That's true. Okay.
So yeah, so if Miss wins this week, he's probably escaped. If they Stretch ends up winning, then they're both going to be 4-8. There's going to be another 4-8 team, which was Rash we talked about. If he loses to Ty, and then so yeah, it's those 5 teams. They're all. We'll know after this week pretty much at least who one of them is.
Okay.
All right, so good luck to those guys. So now we've got Cooter, Rick. I'm surprised Rick's team's doing so well. Not that Rick's not good, but I just haven't been paying attention to his team. He's like the Colts. Like the Colts are just silently winning games and nobody's paying attention to him or whatever.
Sure.
So yeah, he's 7-4.
Not bad, Rick.
But
having Derrick Henry too as your running back, you were always just a dangerous person. Probably shouldn't have made that trade in retrospect.
Derrick Henry and Clyde, and then I don't even know who his receivers are, but we'll get to that when we look at them. So, and then Silent, he kind of look at all these guys. So this division's up for grabs. So 2 games left, all division games left. Cooter's in the driver's seat, but I think anyone can probably still take it.
Yeah, I think so.
What games are left? Silent's been coming on. Look at, he's on a 5-game winning streak.
Wow.
Yeah, as soon as Dalvin Cook came back, his team just started taking off.
So wait a minute, Silent, you were 1-5, and all of a sudden you're 6-5. That's incredible, man. So many people would be looking at 1-5 and just like, I'm done.
That was me. I think I was like in that boat, or maybe I was 2-4, or I don't know.
That would be me for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something wrong with your team if you're 1-5, you know.
And Silent, I think as we talked earlier, he's still in the running for the pick'em stuff too. So yeah, good job, Silent.
Way to go,
staying involved and
Yeah.
not giving up. We'll look at the matchup, see who plays who. We'll remember these guys are all tight.
Sure.
This other one, so it looks like, look at it, he's on a 7-game winning streak here. Dirty, he's just.
Damn, that's what Dirty does, man. Every season he seems to just.
Is it Kyler Murray? Like what's doing it?
Yeah, Kyler Murray's.
But look at these points. Like this guy actually, Kel has more points. 4. So.
Which blows my mind. How is Kel doing it?
I don't know. But yeah, these guys are all 6-5 too. Man, it's gonna be tough. So I think Thorin, he did that trade with Karn. He ended up losing last week. I think that pretty much, maybe he's still in wild card contention, but with all these 7-4 and 6-5 teams here.
Yeah, that really sucks, actually. Like, I don't know what the circumstances of that loss was. Was it he just played somebody who, put up a big week? Because I really liked his team after that trade, and now he's...
Yeah, I don't remember who he played. I think it was Dirty. I think Dirty took him down.
Okay.
Kyler Murray probably went off, and
man, that's rough. I really thought, like, okay, this is championship move right here, and it's...
I thought his team looked pretty stacked as well.
Yeah, I guess you're not out of it. Just keep playing like, you're...
Well, there's always a B bracket, right? He's a strong B bracket team if he doesn't get into the A's.
Yeah.
But so I think that's it. So I think Dirty's going to run away. He's got a 2-game lead in that division. He's got a strong team. He would have to lose 2, and then there would have to be this divisional tiebreaker stuff. So I'm guessing we got Dirty and Ty are pretty much in. These other 2 divisions are a little bit up for grabs.
Okay.
You got Dave and Suey maybe determined this week. What's their division records? Ooh, so Dave's up, actually. So.
Yep.
So yeah, this is a big game for Dave. If he wins it, that pretty much cements him into the A bracket, I think. All right, so let's look at the matchups. Let's see, how do we go here? So we've got games that have been played already. Do we just go through live scoring?
Yeah,
easiest way?
let's do it that way.
Okay. So first one comes up is our matchup.
I mean, if there wasn't a bigger week that I needed a win. My God, dude.
Yeah, so I'm starting off with 33 points for my receiver, which is always a great start to a week.
Yes, I'm not saying that's a guaranteed win, but it's really good. Like, I need your tight end or someone to put up a 0, for me to get back in this.
Which happens. My team does that.
Yeah.
My guys will put up 2 points or something sometimes. Like, what the hell? You're projected for 14 and you gave me 2 points.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, it's a great lead off, especially with the way we do our toilet bowl, since I'm kind of in that running, that after the records are settled, it goes to points 4.
Right.
So that could be a bit like having a big week like this. If I can get a bunch of points and kind of climb above like Stretch and Rash, it just gives me a little bit of a buffer, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where someone like me, I just need to win points. I'm a loser, 100%. It's crazy too, man. If you could do a tally of the number of moves made in this season, I'm at the top of every list. I think trades, just waiver acquisitions, I did everything I could, dude, and look where I am.
It's just one of those years, sometimes it just works that way.
It's rough.
I feel like I've been trying harder this year than a year, and my team just kept...
sometimes it's just...
I didn't have a strong keeper. Melvin Gordon did his weird thing, and I had all these injuries the first 4 or 5 weeks of the game. Eckler's still out. I still don't have that guy. That was my number 1 pick or whatever.
Let's have a side discussion here, because you did make that trade last week for Gurley, right?
Gurley, yeah.
Do you think that guy will be your keeper moving forward?
I just want another option. He might be. Yeah, it's going to be... So I've got Melvin Gordon, I've got Gurley, and I've got... Eckler, so those will probably be like the 3. I'm probably not going to keep my receivers, even though, there's no way. Those guys are top. They're not top receivers. So, probably one of those 3 guys. The interesting thing with Melvin Gordon is Philip Lindsay's in his contract year, so if he ends up going somewhere else or something,
He's
and then,
the easy keeper then for you.
then
Yeah.
Gordon could be the guy. The problem with him is that Lindsay's there stealing half his carries, right?
Yeah.
And so
It's a nightmare with that guy for sure.
Yeah. And then the same thing with, I had Eckler and the Josh Kelly guy and Justin Jackson. They were kind of doing the sharing thing too. I think Eckler was putting up huge points for me before he got injured. So
And I guess you're right. At least you got options, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you got Gordon. I think even Zach Moss. There could be a situation where he is suddenly the only guy there next year. And
I think Singletary might be on his last year as well. So maybe, I don't know. He's kind of young. But yeah, no, I was looking at Moss too, where that's a potential. Because, I have Moss in the Dynasty League, right? So I'm looking at who are guys I'm keeping. And I'm like, well, I've got him in LoD too. Maybe that's a keeper guy.
Right.
But it's just, we'll have to see after the offseason which one emerges. But at least I have options. Maybe, they're not Derrick Henry options, but they're options.
Right.
Yeah. So anyways, this matchup, I'm off to a huge start. You're in a big hole. So the funny thing is you have Hawkinson. I have Hawkinson in my Dynasty League. So, I wanted him to get points, but I didn't want him to get points. And then I've got Fuller. And then the guy I'm playing against in the Dynasty League has Fuller, right? So I was like the same kind of thing. I'm like, okay, cool, Fuller. And then I look, I'm like, oh man, that guy's got him. And then he scored a second touchdown. I was just like, but anyways, so we won't talk about the Dynasty League. I know you guys don't really care, but Mick and I are 1-2 in that league. So, we may be in the toilet bowl and we may be in the championship in the other one. Who knows? All right, so let's go to the next. I got to click up here. So now we got Rash and Ty. So here's what I'm talking about. Ty
Sean Watson, dude.
Sean Watson, 40 points. So that's just a big punch in the mouth to Rash to start the week.
He does have Nick Chubb. He's got Aaron Jones, though. I think this is a steamroll at this point already.
Yeah. He's got Aguilar, who's been playing well against a really bad Atlanta defense. We were talking about Jefferson emerging.
Yeah, your team's good, Ty.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not really playing favorites, but you kind of have to a little bit. Normally I'd want Ty to lose, I think, but I think in this case I want Ty not only to win, but I just need Rash to just not do anything. So now I'm doing the points thing.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Rash, but you're in bad shape.
Now we have Silent and Dave. Suey and Dave.
Okay, so this is a big game, right? This is what you're. Oh my crap! How many points do you have? I should wear the glasses. That's 65 points.
Oh, you see though, Terry had a pretty good game.
He had Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper, yeah, he went off with that.
Wow,
one play.
to be sitting at 66 points,
and you still have a quarterback to play.
Your QB and your other. That's a big start for Dave.
Though. He started 18 from his Washington defense. I think Suey isn't out of this yet.
No, because to get that many points from a defense.
He's got Russell Wilson. That could just be some blowout.
Against who, though?
Philly.
Philly's awful.
So this is a close match still, in my opinion.
He's doing the 3 wideouts on it.
And I think that's what it comes down to. He's going to get his 20 carries. That's a good start for a running back.
Those are 3 good receivers.
It depends, right? If DK has his game, you're going to lose. If Lockett has his game and DK does nothing, then I think Suey might win this.
Wow. Okay. I'm leaning towards Dave just because of the big jump out ahead. But yeah, you're right. With that many points from the defense and what he's got left, this is really a really close one.
You know what would be funny is if Suey, as of Monday night, is up 10 points. He needs 10 out of Ben Roethlisberger, and then they just cancel a game or something. Sorry, I don't want to put that on you.
Does he have a backup? He's got Andy Dalton, who's trash.
Oh,
he's already played anyway.
Yeah, so he's stuck. He's stuck with Ben.
Well, I mean, he could drop somebody else and grab someone maybe if he wanted. But
can you?
I would
3
not.
quarterbacks in our league?
Yeah, you can hold.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, Baltimore is not the best matchup, but it's at home for Ben, which is good. So, all right, that's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, it could come down to the COVID thing, like you said. So,
all right.
Miss and stretch. Here's the other toilet bowl thing. Neither of them had anyone play yet, huh? Okay, so Cam Newton and Arizona. Ooh, that's good. Flacco, what the hell? Against Miami.
What?
Wait, is Flacco? I don't know if I should be saying this, but I don't even know if he's starting.
Well, you can say it, and then we'll see if he even watches the video. But
I think they announced Sam Darnold's coming back.
Even if he was playing, why would you start Joe Flacco?
Look at his other options, Nick Foles. But I think those guys are like the same guy when I think about them.
They
They're
really
like almost
are.
the same guy.
There has got to be a better waiver option. There has to be something in free agency better than.
I dropped the Washington guy, Alex Smith. He played already, so that's not an
He
option.
probably had a decent game
Probably
too,
had a
right?
decent game, yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, that's a big advantage for Miss right there.
Keenan Allen's been on fire. Josh Jacobs is going to have a great game. But
Julio Jones against the Raiders.
if he plays, that's a good.
Oh, is he
matchup.
always injured too?
Yeah.
But then he's got Tyreek. Kareem Hunt's just as good as Chubb, I almost think. They
Yeah.
seem to like alternate a lot.
I still have to give this to.
Ian Drink against the Patriots. Patriots are good against the run, I think. DJ Moore's been freaking hot. So
He's been hot, but he could be cold too.
Jordan Reed, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Miss. I'm gonna go him. You're climbing out of the toilet bowl contention with this matchup here.
Wow, I actually think it's really close, even with that cruddy quarterback. But yeah, I mean, if you're starting Joe Flacco, Miss, you just won. Okay. Silent spell. So these were two good teams, right? 6-5 teams.
Yeah.
Silence on that winning streak. He got, how many guys he had played? 3 guys played. That's a bad start. 15 points.
Yeah, you're hoping for a lot more than that.
So you got 8 from the defense, which is kind of mediocre. Marvin, I can't. He's on my never play again list. Marvin Jones, and then J.D. McKissick didn't work out for him. So
Going Rick here. I mean, it's easy to say after the game's already played, but I probably would have picked him anyways, just having Henry on his bench.
Goff for San Francisco. Hilaire, Henry. Oh yeah. Dalvin Cook though, but yeah, I think just Miss dug himself into a hole.
Yeah.
He's 5 players, and he's going to need
That's the bottom line.
at least 65 points just to be in contention. So you may see your win streak come to an end there, Silent. Had a good run though. All right, Bush. There we go, and Coot.
Ooh,
This
man.
is a big division game right here. I love this 3 division games at the end. By the way, so much better.
Yeah, it's kinda
glad
cool.
we did this. Made my scheduling a lot easier too. Let's see, Baker Mayfield.
Holy crap. I see why your team is so good, Coot. That's just such a crazy lineup.
Alvin Kamara, Miles Sanders.
Except for Tyler Boyd. That guy's always like, you never know.
Who's his other receivers? He's gonna have other guys.
Rager, I would put,
Mike Williams.
personally, but
Well, he's rolling with Tyler Boyd. That is an interesting choice there. But New York Giants, I guess, are kind of cruddy.
yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think this is a pretty easy layup for Coot. Sorry, sucking ears. Mike Davis, I don't know.
Calvin Ridley's going to have a big game, though. I think he will.
James Robinson is a pretty consistent guy, too. It was a gem to pick that guy up.
What a stud, yeah. That was the big scramble after Fournette left. Everyone's grabbing there was like 5 different running backs. And I think Skunk grabbed 2. He's got this other guy. Look, this guy's been on the COVID list, Raquel Armstead, since like week 1. Like, I don't know what kind of COVID that guy caught, but he's still on it.
Is that a ventilator somewhere or what, dude?
I don't know. Poor guy, man. I hope he's doing better.
Jeez.
But yeah, I thought that was weird.
Why would you even hold that guy, though? Raquel Armstead.
At this point, he's useless. Right?
Yeah.
When you have James Robinson. Maybe it's just...
That guy's going to be off COVID one day, and then you're in an IR violation, and someone's dropped from
You're going to lose one of your players.
And Wayne Gallman all of a sudden.
Wayne Gallman has a good matchup, too, this week, but...
He got the right running backs in there.
He does, yeah. So you're still going Cooter on this one?
Yeah, I am taking Cooter.
Cooter's team is a little bit stronger. I'm with you on that. Oh, he's got that Ravens defense. It could come down to that game gets canceled. He gets 0 points from his defense.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got the
Kel
and Dirty. All right, it's gonna be another power matchup here. Look at these.
Wow.
6
Mahomes
and 5 versus
Kyler.
3 teams. Yeah. And Mahomes, they're playing Tampa, whose defense is decent, but they haven't really been as good as I had hoped. In fact, I dropped them today because I had to. Ronald Jones, so that guy's been kind of money. He's kind of hot and cold, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on what kind of game he gets out of him.
That kind of goes for anyone on Tampa Bay. You just never know. Brady's the most consistent for sure, but
Even he's been hot and cold. He goes between 40 and 14
Huh.
for me. Jonathan Taylor's kind of hot and cold too.
Yeah, he's been picking up steam lately. It's kind of a weird thing because I think Mahomes was your keeper, and I was giving you a hard time for that, but he's probably put you in the position you're in right now.
Yeah.
You know, he can just carry teams.
Yeah.
It's almost like, do you keep him again next year? You know, if
Well, who else did he have? Oh, Jonathan Taylor.
that's it.
Yeah.
That being said, I like Dirty's running backs a lot better than I
Chris
like yours for some reason. Chris Carson, if he plays, is just...
Oh, he's got Lazard in the lineup. Good for you. I remember I traded him to him when he was on IR, knowing he'd come back eventually. So that could be a good play.
The Dolphins' defense is...
Against the Jets.
Yeah, man, that's just such a crushing thing to play against. Yeah, I like Dirty in this matchup.
Yeah, and what, he got 5 points out of his kicker, so he's starting behind a little bit too there. You usually want about 7 to 8 is a decent game from a kicker.
Okay about it, right?
So who's this guy on the bench that can put all these points? Oh, he left Adrian Peterson on the bench. Oh.
Which was a smart play. Last week, Adrian Peterson had like 2 carries for 8 yards. So.
Yeah, and he had that weird freak Thanksgiving game. Well, yeah, I think, again, I'm with you on this one too. Dirty.
Okay.
And it brings us to the last one. We have Karn versus Thorin. They're the ones that made the trade, right? The Adams bomb. So is Karn going to get burned by his trade and get the double stack? Rodgers, Adams. I'm playing against that too in our Dynasty League, the Rodgers, Adams stack.
It has not failed. Every time I'm like, all right, this week, like, you cannot be hot this long, and they do it every single week. So
Chicago's defense is maybe okay. Kyle Fuller, come on, have a big day. Pick off. I mean, sorry, Thorin, but I'm playing against them, so pick off Rodgers a bunch of times.
I have just realized that Devontae Adams is so good that he will get open, period. He's going to get open.
Yeah.
So if Rodgers can get the ball to him is the question, right? Have Marlon Mack in his face or something.
Well, I hope Lazard becomes the guy. Maybe they focus on Devontae and they
Possible.
fire into Lazard or something.
Duke Johnson, he did it.
They're both running the 1-3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Duke, had a big game for him.
And he's got Ahmed Sullivan.
Oh, he's got Packy?
Yeah, he does. Not him. He does.
Oh, Karn does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's our nickname for the guy. So, yeah, Dolphins running back. It's good to see a few Dolphins finally in fantasy lineups.
Yeah.
Our team, we've always had like maybe one guy at most in a fantasy lineup somewhere. But
There's multiple guys now. I think Devontae Parker, he's a must start almost.
Yep. Some people are starting Tua in other leagues I'm seeing. I personally wouldn't yet, but I've seen that.
Wasn't there some news on Tua? It just broke today.
I don't know. Would he tweak his foot or something?
I think it is. I think it's Fitz starting this week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Hey, I shouldn't say it. Someone needs a quarterback. I'm being autocrowned right now.
Wow.
Fitz is a
great option.
start. So whoever watches the video first can go find the guy.
Yeah, dude, I might go pick him up, actually. You don't think he'll get a chance?
Yeah. There's some team starting a quarterback on the other team that might can you get fit. All right, and then we got what do we got? Deontay Johnson. So that's another one of those Tuesday night games now, whatever. I'm starting him in the other league, so I didn't do well as well. But
He's a good start.
yeah, he just gets peppered with targets. And Big Ben just has lock on that guy.
It's easy to get 100 yards with that guy for sure.
How's Michael Thomas doing with that new quarterback?
Not very good.
No? Okay. Brian Hill, whatever.
And that's the thing,
Some
right?
Hill.
At the beginning of the season, you see Michael Thomas, and I'd be like, oh, he's winning. But that's... No.
He's had a bad year.
Yeah.
Glad the guy didn't follow me. He almost felt... Well, I mean, I got Eckler instead, who was... He gave me 0 points, so I don't know what's worse.
Such as fantasy football.
Yeah.
That being said, I have to go with Adams Bomb.
I'm doing Adams Bomb, too. I like the Gronk. Oh, he got Gronk in that trade, too. So I think that the guys that Karn gave him... Did he give him... Who did he give him? Rodgers, Devontae, and Gronk. Is that what he gave him? Yeah, that might blow up on him.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey's sitting on your bench because he's not playing for
And he's
2
got
weeks.
D-Hop, he's got Diggs. Man, this guy's receivers are just insane. And he's got...
That's what I'm saying. It blows my mind that you lost last week because looking at this roster...
He's got Allen Robinson on his bench. I mean, that's how good his receivers are.
Well, DeAndre Swift is what killed you, man. That guy was all of a sudden out with a concussion.
Yeah.
It was, but you can't.
Plus, he got 16 points from Duke Johnson. So, yeah, I'm going Adams Bomb. So,
Yeah.
I think we agreed on all of our picks for the most part, unless you're still picking yourself.
I'm picking myself against you still.
Okay, so that's where we differ there.
Have to. And then I'm picking Suey to beat Dave.
Oh, what did I
Because
think
Dave
I
talked
went
trash on me.
I think I went Dave on that one. Yeah, so those are the two we differ on. It's the two that you picked.
Okay, cool.
We'll see. All right, well, that's it for our pick 'em. Is there anything else we want to talk about in this league? Do we want to do, we'll do bold flavors as a separate segment kind of thing, but.
No, that's it. Good luck to you guys who made a bracket. Yep, this was your year. So hope someone earns it.
It's been an interesting year with all the COVID stuff going on, and it seems like a lot of teams had other injuries as well. It's been that way the last few years, but at some point I looked and it was like 3/4 of the teams had someone that was either on IR or
right,
out with a major injury. So. Yeah, it's just one of those years. So yeah, to the guys that are moving on to the A bracket, we might know a couple of you. Well, we know Ty's in, but other than that, we might know a couple more after this week, and then we'll have some clarity on the toilet bowl as well. And then I think what we need to do is I'll post it up on the forums, but we need to start talking about what are we going to do for playoffs next year. Are we going to follow the NFL and do the 17 playoff thing, which I think we probably should, but we'll post it up. We'll let people discuss it and see how they feel about it. And eventually hold a vote. So.
Yeah, that needs discussion for sure.
Because what we have is good too, but so
let's do some bold flavors. You want to do some of these real quick?
Well, yeah. Let me go. You want to crack that open? I'll get us some glasses.
Yes.
Get my dirty hands on it.
I like that. It's like
get that beautiful diamond ice cube.
It looks like a dice or something that you would roll.
So we've got two whiskeys here. I bought that one like over a year ago, waiting for bold flavors. This is Templeton Rye whiskey. It's out of Iowa. They had the good stuff. They had a little tasting at Ralph's where the little girl had her booth.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess she let me taste it. I didn't know that they were allowed to let you taste hard alcohol. They just let me have a little taste of it. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. So I got a bottle of it for this. So here's a close-up of the bottle there. You can look it up online if you're interested in it. You see it's cracked already. I cracked it yesterday. That's how much I drank on Thanksgiving.
It's a good night right there.
Yeah.
Is that why I was getting phone calls about Myra the spider? Or?
Oh, yeah,
Who brought that up?
It just became a story about, I had a tarantula named Myra when we were growing up, and it got out one time. And
it's on my head or
we're
something.
We're calling Mick to, verify one of the stories about it. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Got really good flavor.
It's smooth. That's what I like about it. It's really smooth. It's got a little peppery to it, but it's not like the burn your throat peppery. It's just a little pepper flavor.
Yeah, it's a really mellow, mild thing where nothing like overpowers in any form, Like some whiskeys, you get like this intense smoke flavor, right? And if you're into that thing, then you're, that's great.
Just a solid whiskey.
Yeah.
Like you said, nothing really stands out big. Like you're not getting those big caramel notes, vanilla or nothing like that. But it's also not
missing. It's all there.
It's just mellow.
I could drink a quarter bottle of that too.
I'm gonna go rinse mine out for the next one, so I don't want the flavors to mingle, and then we'll talk about this guy here.
Cool.
So I heard this thing these guys were telling us in Miami. We're out there with Will that they put like sugar water in their ice cubes, so that when the thing melts, like a little sugar kind of like
sweeten it up.
Sweeten it up at the end or something. I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Never heard of that. That's interesting.
All right, so this here is Breckenridge. If you're familiar with Colorado, it's a lot darker. Look at that, the color complexion for these two. Breckenridge is in Colorado. When we're out with Will in Miami, I asked for some whiskeys and stuff at this bar he goes to. It's called the Nancy Bar. Nancy was a ship during the colonial times or something. It was a cool bar. The way I asked if they had this whiskey, that whiskey, she's like, no, I'm like, just give me a Crown Royal then or whatever. And then so she went and brought us drinks back, and she's like, I kind of had the feeling you don't really want a Crown. And I'm like, no. And so she's like, well, here, try this whiskey out. And she brought me this is Breckenridge, except it's the blue bottle, which is finished in a rum cask.
Okay.
And she brought me two. When I tried the rum cask Breckenridge, I'm like, that's the one. I didn't want to try the other one. This is the one. It's so good.
The blue one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I think I drank that the rest of the trip when we were out there or whatever. They let me try a couple other ones. One was, who's that greasy guy? I never liked him. He's an actor, McConaughey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had his own whiskey or something, and I didn't like it that much or whatever, but this stuff was really good. So I went to Total Wines. I actually found the rum cask one that I liked so much, but then they had this one, and they had another one that was in port wine cask. This is sherry cask.
Okay, got you.
So I checked. They said this might be a little bit sweeter. So
really, than the
rum
cask.
Yeah, and they said the port wine would be super sweet, but so I didn't want to go that far. But so I haven't tried this one yet.
Nice.
A little bit.
Did you get the blue one too?
I did not. This was more expensive. This was like $65. The rum cask one was like 42, 43. So,
okay.
I'm spilling it everywhere.
I love it, man.
You can smell it. It smells really good. So we'll see. Yeah, we can compare it to just a solid whiskey, and this is a sherry cask Breckenridge.
Cheers. That sweetness is right there.
Yeah, it hits you at the beginning. I don't know how I feel about the rest of it yet, though.
I need to sit on this for a sec, because that second drink is a lot different than the first.
I'm almost thinking I like the Templeton a little bit better than this.
You know what? I do as well. There's a flavor to this that isn't...
Tweak that.
Don't get me wrong. It's a great whiskey. I can see how you could sit down with this on the rocks and, watch a movie for sure. There's something that hits opposite of the other one where it's just like, mellow across the board. There's something not mellow about this. There's something aggressive.
I agree. Yeah. I should have stuck to the blue bottle. That blue bottle, that's what I'm getting next. That stuff was fabulous. It's got the sweetness at the front, but the other one was like all the way through. Like the rum cask, it was just
right.
A little disappointed, to be honest, but it is what it is. I mean, it's not a bad whiskey. It's just
definitely not a bad whiskey. And who knows if you got like a real connoisseur in here who's it's not me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. They'd probably understand what that.
But you know what you
is.
like, So,
yeah,
I mean, that's
for sure.
You talk to what you like. So
if anything, it's good news, right? Because the blue bottle is $40.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. I'm not gonna mess around with that other one, the port wine one. I'll just stick to the one I know I like. So, but I've got a lot of whiskey here to drink before I start going to another bottle.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah,
that,
absolutely. Cheers, guys. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Good luck in fantasy this week, no matter what league you're in.
Absolutely. Agreed.